Ayoo, primates! Links to the video we react to today are in the description below. Also be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as hit the little bell to be notified whenever we go live or put out new content. It really helps us out. Thank you so much. Enjoy the show!
This year really isn't Nijisanji's year, huh? I mean, the VTubing space alone is crazy. I feel like we can't even pass 2 weeks before hearing something new. But this time, of course, we are going full circle back to any color. And what we're discussing today is crazy. It's about a train wreck of a VTuber whose every passing step triggered some sort of landmine, and he ended up even leaking internal Nijisanji.
So there you go. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. Thank you for the example. So we have right up there we got the two fires because we're named after the Aztec god. So it would be like the two pillars of fire in the middle of the temple. Then we got Bon, Nana, and Oz. So fully, if you say it all together, it's bananas. Bananas! I totally didn't name myself Oz because I wanted to make that stupid joke. Alright, moving on. Let's hear bananas! Alright, sorry. It's Bon, Nana, and Oz.
Protocols. This tweet right here kind of sums it up. 18-year-old meets 20-plus married woman in VR chat. They get into an online relationship. They abuse and use each other in various toxic ways. This eventually destroys her marriage. He makes it big, realizes he...
What? Who is this?
18-year-old meets 20-plus married woman in VR chat. They get into an online relationship. They abuse...
I need to say something right off the bat. I know, controversial, weird, okay, odd, hot take. I hate cheaters with a passion. No matter who. Like in general, luckily I haven't been cheated on. But in general, I hate cheaters. I think they're one of the most disgusting people on the face of the earth. Flat out. Like, just I hate you if you're a cheater. Flat out. I don't like cheating. I just don't. Like, just break up and move on if you're gonna do it. Like, or if you do it, break up immediately. I'll even accept I messed up and I cheated. Now I gotta break up with my OG. Like, after she banged this, after she, you know, this 20-plus-year-old woman bangs a potentially minor, almost turning to a non-minor. You know, when she did that, she should have ended the previous relationship, her marriage. Already hate this person.
And use each other in various toxic ways. This eventually destroys her marriage. He makes it big, realizes he doesn't need her. She goes nuclear. My literal reaction.
Now, this might strike some viewers as harsh, but I believe everyone involved in this story should die. Freaking A, alright. Norm Macdonald, I don't know if I would take it that far. That's okay, relax. I don't like, okay, chill. They're definitely garbage humor.
Now look,
people.
This isn't 100% accurate, right? She wasn't married. She was just in a long-term relationship with a boyfriend.
Still a cheater. I hate her. And
while yes, this does kind of sum it up, this situation is an
I don't know about hate her. That's too strong a language. I don't like her. I think she's a terrible person.
And the devil is in the details, because here he left out that the VTuber in question touched himself, yes, down there, while on a call with this woman without her consent, by the way, and somehow, somehow managed to manipulate the situation in such a way that by the end of it, she was the one apologizing to him. It's absolutely bonkers, dude. It is crazy. Like, I'm not using the word train wreck like...
Well, let's be fair, she ruined her marriage for this kid. So, of course, she has to freaking double down. What else has she got?
This is insane. And there's many more details like that that will make you question whether the human race can survive another 100 years. And how Nijisanji is such a mess internally, it's more than we could have ever anticipated, even with everything that's been going on. So strap in for this one. Really sit down and take a deep breath, because it's about to get crazy. Guys, I have great news. This video is not sponsored, but you should know that I stream on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and that my VTuber debut is happening on May 4th. That's it from me.
Awesome, dude. I didn't know. Dude, I gotta hurry the heck up and debut already. I haven't done an actual debut stream or anything like that.
Back to the video. The VTuber at the center of this catastrophe is none other than Luca Kaneshiro.
Alright, let's be honest. The moment he put the fedora on is the moment we knew he was a gooner. Like, what are you talking about?
A Nijisanji English branch VTuber and part of the Luxium wave. This was a wave comprised of only male VTubers. Now look, controversies aside, this wave was a very big deal for the global VTuber.
Yeah, well, no surprise. We male VTubers, we don't get a whole lot of love. Not on the VTuber community, unfortunately. That just don't happen. Not really, no.
Community. Before Luxium, male VTubers were
I'm
purely.
pretty sure the biggest male VTuber is Neurosama. I'm just being real.
Seen as a joke. But this wave changed that. The idea of male VTubers became viable. Now, of course, the reason why they became viable and blew up so quickly was because they were thirst trapping, gay baiting, and pretty much creating a boyfriend experience type scenario. I mean, evidence of their success.
Type it in the comments if you want me to give you guys a boyfriend ASMR experience. I got you.
Success can be seen here. Vox Akuma at 3rd, Mr. Rise, who has graduated, at 6, and Luca at 7, all members of Luxium with above 1 million subscribers each and in the top 10 of Nijisanji global, beating most Japanese VTubers in Nijisanji's biggest market. But in Luca's case, before even joining Nijisanji, he did have an online presence. Not as Luca, but as someone named Java. And his insane trail of self-destruction with him stepping on a landmine with every step he takes can be traced back to those days.
I was gonna say, just, this is the wiki, the very first freaking, like, quote is just, that's kinda gay. Oh, I don't know if you guys might block in that. He had booba. Freaking, get out of the way, me. Hold on. He got booba. He's like that lolly news guy. You know what I'm talking about.
According to the VR Chat Legends wiki, Java is known as a god-tier trap in VR chat. With the most notable quote from him being, "That's kinda gay." So that was his whole gimmick. Pretend to be a female with his voice and then reveal the fact that he's a guy and watch the reaction. He got
Oh, really?
so good at being a trap in VR chat that he ended up joining the, I like to call it the Bohemian Grove of streamers, which was Rafflegator's invite-only Gator crew. Now, this VR chat server had some of the biggest streamers at the time present there, which meant that if you somehow got an invite and played your cards right, you could potentially start a streaming career, which is why so many people were desperate to get an invite.
Why? ¿Por qué? Why do I not do any of this? I am so out of the freaking loop, dude. I literally just said, oh, cool, I could be an anime. I'm a stream being an anime, though. And that's pretty much all I did. And that's as far as I thought about it. And because, like, freaking Chaos was like, hey, you ever heard of VTubing? I'm like, nah. He's like, well, you should try it. I'm like, nah. And then later on, he's like, did you try that thing I said? I'm like, the what? He's like, the VTuber thing? I'm like, what's a VTuber? He's like, you could be an anime. And I'm like, what? You could be an anime? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, man, that seems expensive. And then I just didn't do it. And then later on, he's just like, hey, you ever heard of Girl DM? And I'm like, who Girl DM? He's like, he's one of them anime VTubers. And I'm like, oh, cool. So I checked out one of her things, and I saw on a YouTube short, she showed, like, her setup, which was the Luppet and the iPhone. And I was like, I could do that. And then I just did it. And now I'm here. A year later. Almost 2 years later, I'm here. Welcome. I'm an affiliate, not a partner yet. Let's go!
Some of the names on this list include people like Soda Poppin' and Moon Moon. Not to mention a lot of rising stars, so it was a big deal. This was an 18+ RP server on VR chat. Yes, you can imagine the degeneracy that went on there, especially with the content mostly being centered around awkwardness and dating, trying to pick up people, trying to riz them before even the—
Bro, I gotta get in on that. Mike, I need to like exercise and practice my riz, because I have an overflowing. I overflow with riz, you get me? So I kind of need an outlet to, like, unleash all the riz. You feel me?
Term was invented. You get the point. After being invited to the server by Rafflegator,
like
Java met—
Some people go like, pew, pew, when I get back here, because I'm like, I got the Goku powers, bro. That's how much riz I got. I can teleport instantaneous.
Raziel, a VR chat streamer and role player. It was at that point that he asked Rafflegator to set him up on an RP date with her. So they went on RP dates, streamed together a lot. The community got used to seeing both of them in the same room. And from the perspective of a viewer, everything seemed to have been going well. Then at some point, Niji-sanji opens up auditions, Java applies, to his surprise he's accepted, and boom, baby, stardom. He is Luka Kaneshiro in the Luxeme wave, and he makes it big. But again, this is from the perspective of a viewer.
Now, I just want to make this clear, and I want to say what it is. This is literally every VTuber's dream. In a perfect world. If you're thinking, I wouldn't say yes instantly if some random VTuber agency was like, hey, so literally just, we will give you a paycheck that is going to be basically covering all your expenses. Just enough, I don't need to be rich. Just enough. And I can just do this every day as an actual job. Like just having that job security, quote unquote, or having that consistent paycheck. Out of this world. Out of this freaking world, dude. I absolutely would do it in a heartbeat. Why? Because I want to keep doing this. Now, in my personal situation, it's a bit different, a bit unique, because I am very much married to my model. I like being OzDaMonke. Even if I keep changing him and I keep adjusting things, this is a model that I made, designed it myself, did everything on my own. I had a artist help me like put the little fire things on the tips of my tail and my hair, and I purchased the clothing. And which is awesome because I want to make it a thing where I'm able to continuously keep buying different outfits and clothing and change as I feel fit. So now I got 2 different outfits that I can exchange, and I will be using those. However, with all that said, in an ideal world where we know that where hopefully the agencies are not absolute douche nozzles, this is it. This is the instantaneous, like, you made it, you've done it, you did it. Bro instantly got more than 1 million subs on his debut. Like, come on. Come on.
I can't even begin to describe
Shout out, please go to my debut when I actually debut. Let's go!
what happened behind the scenes. The irony here is that even though he's made this joke, agency VTubers commits cancelable actions. That is exactly what he ends up doing multiple times over, both in terms of contract breaches and just straight up ethical and moral type incidents. Because it was on March 29th that Raziel herself decided to expose Luka for his true self in an effort to clear her name from his rabid hardcore fans. By the way, those same rabid fans, they didn't even let this document stay up for more than 24 hours before mass reporting it, with Google having to take it down. Dude, it's gone. It's straight up gone. I've never seen this happen before, but thankfully she re-uploaded it. Guys, this thing is 58 pages. 58! What is this, a master's thesis?
She got a whole book in there!
Dissertation? Like, is she going for a PhD? 58!
Yes, but this is good. If there's actual, if this actually happened, if there's legitimacy to this, 100% I want 58 pages.
I clicked on this thinking, oh, it's probably gonna be a few pages with some proof, with some timestamps, with some DMs. 58 pages. Now, of course, I read the whole thing, but don't worry, we're not gonna be doing that. Instead, I'll sum it up and we'll go through the highlights of the absolute degeneracy.
I actually would love a link to this so I could read through the entire thing on my own.
That occurred between Raziel, the author, and Luka. She starts off by saying this: why does this document exist? A very good question. She goes on to say that more information, such as the Niji-sanji contract, has come out along with another individual in the know confessing to me that Luka Kaneshiro has allegedly harassed others inside of Niji-sanji. So here she's talking about how a Niji-sanji
Now, interestingly enough, because, again, a lot of what's being said right now, because of the whole Selen Tatsuki situation, is that there are multiple harassers within the Niji-sanji VTubing community. Not community, sorry. Within the Niji-sanji, like, members, the teams. There was apparently a lot of harassment going on behind the scenes from VTuber on VTubers.
VTuber contract leaked recently as things were escalating after Selen's termination. Legal Mindset, who's a registered lawyer and happens to have a great channel, went through the entire contract on one of his streams and pretty much outlined the fact that this is terribly written and gives a huge disadvantage to the VTuber signing it. Selen's termination also shed light on harassment happening internally. So the fact that Luca seems to have been harassing people allegedly as well goes back to that incident too. She continues, I believe it is my responsibility to bring to...
I need to also bring something up, and we have to remember that a lot of these companies, especially companies like Niji Sanji, Hololive, a lot of the managers they're hiring are straight out of high school. Like, they're high school students. You gotta understand, they're hiring very, very young management teams that probably don't know what the flip they're doing.
Light his problematic behavior and patterns of abuse as both Java and Luca, for those who may be in a precarious situation, which do not allow them to speak or act. This is also to touch upon the internal issues of any color's management of their talents. Any documents are simply meant to prove the credibility of my story and that I was deeply involved with Luca. Oh yeah, she was, buddy. She was deeply involved. She then goes on to say that while some may be asking why I didn't do this sooner, I'll be completely honest, no one cared. She says, I am to this day harassed and sent death threats by Luca's fanbase. They actively suppress, lie, and spread vicious rumors to try and discredit me. Hence, why her document got taken down from Google like literally one day after she posted it.
Okay,
I would get anonymous death threats in my Marshmallow and Sock Puppet Twitter accounts, so I gave up for a long time. So as I mentioned before, they met in December 2018 in the exclusive 18+ VR chat lobby that had a lot of big streamers. So Java then asked Rafflegator, the streamer who owned the lobby, to see if he could set up a date with his character and Raziel's character. It was nothing out of the ordinary, right? As she mentions, you know, this was part of the whole server. This was the main content. So she was okay with it, but she apparently, according to her, set very clear boundaries, that she wasn't interested in actual dating outside of RP, that she had a long-term boyfriend, etc., right? So as far as she was concerned, things were okay. Now, of course, they gradually became close friends. They started inviting each other to private worlds, hung out together, chilled, talked, and that's when he would start to open up about his home situation, his mental and physical abuse.
There you go, boys! He's spitting the game! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We have reached the game. This is the game. This is literally the exact same thing old brother Monkey would do, and he would literally, like 9 out of 10 times, it would guarantee him the date. The exact same words and everything.
That comes from his family, and then of course there's the whole, he would tell me that he never felt comfortable talking about this stuff with anyone before. Look, this is typical.
You literally, like, ladies, stop falling for all this. Stop falling for all this. Like, why? Like, why?
Typically, if someone is nice to you...
I can't complain. Hey, well, you know what? There's probably a game that the gal spit that I constantly fall for too, right? Maybe, I don't know.
Forms a bond with you, and then all of a sudden...
There's a reason why I watch New Me Bao and Shy Lily, who happen to be very similar.
Trauma dumps enough of a load to break a Tesla truck. Guess what? This is most likely a great way to just manipulate you. So of course she started opening up in return as well. Now here's what, this is probably the craziest thing. Look, we're still on page 2. Okay, we're still on page 2. This is the craziest thing that happens in all these 58 pages. Brace. So on January 17, 2019, Java would once again invite me to a private world. We were both in full body tracking in VR chat. We discussed RP and made small talk before Java would go silent. At first, I thought maybe his mom came into his room, as she often did, and he muted himself to talk to her. I kept talking, and I could see him moving slightly, but he kept silent. I asked him if everything was okay, and he said,
"Okay, I'm glad we're finally getting to the nitty gritty here. So what Twitter's been lying to me. This was not, apparently this was not during a collab."
But it was. I then asked him what he was doing. It was there. Without asking me if it was okay, out of the blue, with no prior consent, and with boundaries already made clear that I did not want to date, he told me he was touching himself to my voice. Yes, down there, buddy. That's what that means. He was beating it.
Like during VR chat, you understand me? Like, bro really had to put one of his hands down.
Sausage. I froze up. I honestly did not know how to respond at the moment, so I just kept talking. Luckily, it did not last long because suddenly I would see his avatar's head drop to the floor and he would go offline. So typically in VR, when you have full body tracking, when you put your headset on...
So what? So he freaking... I'm sorry. You know what? At what point do you as a human being, as a person, just say, okay, this person just... This person just invited me to talk about our serious situation, our emotions, our feelings, our at-home situations, and he just sort of like rubbed one out in front of me, and when he finished, he logged off. Why would you ever go back and play? Why would you ever speak to him again?
On the floor, that's what happens, right? That means he left. I would find out shortly after in Discord DMs that his mom had walked in on him. I didn't know how to respond, given I was told by him his mom would still physically abuse and yell at him. So my brain switched to make sure he was okay as opposed to addressing what he just did with me, as you can see in the DMs below. Check these DMs out, dude. This is insane. This is a master class of manipulation. It is absolutely bonkers. Look at this. So, my mother caught me. Raziel responds with a flushed emoji. Luca then says, that's an oof. She says, I'm afraid that is what happened. Then he says, yeah. And then she says, big oof, I'm sorry.
Why would you apologize to him? First of all, Raz, you're in a long-term relationship with a boyfriend. Stop DMing this freak. What are you doing?
Bro, this dude took out his sausage, started playing with his sausage, no consent, with clear boundaries established. Okay, she's the one who ends up apologizing.
Why do people feel like they need to apologize to absolute freaks?
I hope you're okay and don't get into trouble. Heart emoji. Oh no, bake trouble. Sad face. Personal space, holy fuck, they not know? Sorry, Raz. Yeah, dude, sorry, Raz. They don't know, man. I'm beating my meat. Can she not leave me alone? No,
Yeah,
it's
Mom.
okay. What do you mean?
I'm beating my meat in here with a Vtuber. Leave me alone.
So no, bro. It's okay. Listen, I know you beat your meat in front of me. It's all good. Listen, your mom caught you, so I apologize. It's fine. I'll give you an update.
What?
My mom is literally having a meltdown. I'm really sorry. She apologizes again.
Why? What is okay? Why is Raz so? What? Why are you being so apologetic about this?
It's literally okay. What they're doing now is restricting my playtime. As long as you're safe. Yes, please. As long as you're safe so you can beat your meat next time safely. They're gonna limit my use of the internet and I will be only able to use it for 2 hours. Forever? Clearly not, because later, Raziel would just start streaming again on Twitch. Now Luca or John—
Does Raziel know he's 17 right now? Is that the excuse? Or 8? Yeah, no, 17, apparently, according to the very beginning of the video.
at the time lived or still lives in Australia,
oh,
right?
Frick, screw
so
Australia.
when she would go live, he would wake up
spider.
in the morning at 4 a.m. Australian time just to be a part of her stream. He slowly became obsessive and possessive whenever she would talk or flirt with someone else, whenever she would do something with someone else.
Yeah, see, Raz, at that point, you have to set the boundaries again and stop talking with him. Avoid him at all costs. You set boundaries because you're in a relationship and he's obviously not following those. Like, I'm sorry, but at some point you have to start freaking, like, putting your foot down.
He would get angry. She would tell him multiple times to knock it off and that it wasn't appropriate. But even with all these things, she still felt the need to specify. I do greatly appreciate him helping me and appearing on my stream to this day. However,
you don't owe him nothing for that. You don't.
Just beat his meat without your consent when you told him about your long-term relationship and established boundaries. This was the perfect time to tell him, hey, you know what? It's been fun. I'm 100%. Not interested in talking to you anymore, okay? She has had one hell of a chance to do this, but she opted not to. Why? I do not know. He became super possessive, and then she said, after establishing more boundaries and being understood by both of us, we were able to continue our friendship. I don't know how, when you
should not have continued the friendship. What is wrong? What are you doing? No. And we all know how this ends. You will end up with him. Why? How is it that you come? What? I'm being told constantly, blasted on friggin' YouTube, on Twitch, on Twitter, on friggin' everything, that y'all don't like creepers or creepy dudes. Y'all don't like all this, like, everyone, like, you know, super obsessive push you to freaking date someone, but you're freaking doing it. It's working on you. You're freaking allowing it to happen.
Boundaries. And the dude beat his meat. But even with those boundaries, he said she still feels obligated to talk and be with him because of the way he would get upset, or at least I felt like I had to keep my conversations with others short.
Yeah, if a man baby throws a tantrum, that doesn't mean he deserves your time.
Extreme ironic fashion, the god-tier trap who would pretend to be a female to then trick people that he's a male had big problems with certain groups of people. He really, really, really didn't like it when someone called him gay. His mom joked about it and he was like, fuck no, dude. Fuck no. No, dude, I'm not gay. Don't say that. And as recently as January 2023, he said this: Yeah, trans people make me uncomfortable, and pregnant women. That is
The same dude. The same dude who pretended to be a trap. Who it was a trap. Was actually a trap.
so random, though, dude. Like, listen, if you typically have something against the LGBT, it can be explained somehow, some way, right? Like, it's clear here. His mom, when she said, "Are you gay?" and he said, "No," she said, "You little shit, thank God," okay? We can say it's cultural, familial, where you grow up, you know, it can be explained to a certain degree, okay? But pregnant women, what the hell is this? I can't even explain this. Where did this come from? Like, why do pregnant women make you uncomfortable?
To be fair, the moment I have seen it myself, the moment a woman tells a man that they're pregnant, men tend to get scared.
Like, oh man, when I see those bellies of pregnant women, man, the fact that they have a life inhibiting them, oh my god, dude. It's just...
Every
and
time,
still, her friendship persisted with him, okay? Now, at some point, Java would decide to stream on Twitch under the name of Java with 4 A's. After becoming a god-tier trap, like the wiki says, and tricking streamers such as Soda Poppin', he started to gain some sort of popularity. This is when, for whatever reason, Raziel abandoned her entire streaming career just to help him with his streaming. I don't know why. Like, did he have a...
This is a person who you set boundaries because you're in a long-term relationship, and then he kept violating those boundaries, beat his meat off to you in VR chat, and you decide to leave your entire career to help him. Why? Somebody make sense of this.
Gun to her head or something? Does he have blackmail on her? No, I don't know why. But she did. Okay? She did. She started managing his channel, his community. Her work included keeping him...
Y'all ever seen one of those situations where there's a gal dating a douche nozzle? Like a real douche of a douche. And you're like, how the heck did this douchebag... Does this gal just like being yelled at and treated terribly in public? Like, what the frick? Why are they together? And it's like, then you see situations like this and you're like, how do you end up here?
Company on stream per request, suggesting games for him to play based on popularity, managing sponsorship, cultivating and managing his community, running and helping his moderation team, coming up with Sabaton goals and executing the goals that didn't directly involve him, streaming for him at least once a week on his channel so that he would stay consistent. And even after all this, Java would still lie to her about his revenue, making her think that he makes way less than he actually makes, and about going to school when he wasn't even enrolled, among various things. Now, as he was streaming on Twitch, Nijisanji all of a sudden opened up their auditions for their next wave. He would, of course, apply. And during the application process, while waiting to hear back from them, he would end up making 2 alts on Twitter to harass others during the Nijisanji audition process. One called Lolly Springa and the other one called Poggers.
Bro, he pulled a Bender from Futurama. Y'all remember when Bender tried to audition for the part on All My Circuits? And so every time somebody would, like, go inside the room to, like, audition, he would be outside the room shouting, "Boo! Boo that person! We want Bender! Boo! Boo! We want Bender! Screw that guy!"
Poggers. He even linked his own Twitter on his alt saying, "Help it out, Pog, guys!" This is someone talking about their favorite VTuber and then him replying, "Who asked?" Now, the thing is, initially, he wouldn't admit to Raziel that these were his accounts until she tried to log into them using the same password she was given for his other accounts, like his Twitch stream. Again, continuing with the lying, and yet she's still here. Now, as he was waiting...
Why are you still hanging around this dude? Why? How many opportunities have you had to just completely cut off all ties with this person?
For Nijisanji's final response, he got banned from the GTA 5 RP server NoPixel for sexual harassment. Look at this, dude, look at this. We had multiple reports of you pushing sexual harassment during and going against TOS on a 911 call. The RPer wasn't comfortable with the direction it was heading. In terms of him RPing, that his testicle was damaged, causing him to sound like a woman and begging us to help him to put it back. You made a racially offensive remark during the heli ride back to the city as well. Tried to grab EMSs inappropriately. Dude, he's a train wreck. He's an absolute disaster.
Bro has real he has real R-word tendency. Like, you know, which are, you know, he has real... Harvey Weinstein tendencies, don't he? Real Harvey Weinstein tendencies here.
Esther. And even though he just got banned from NoPixel, around that time, Niji Sanji asked him to come for a final interview, and guess what? He was the first English male wave VTuber under the...
This is what I hate, dude. I just hate the fact that they're like, call it jealousy, I don't care. Call it whatever the frick you want. All these freaking douche nozzles are becoming huge time VTubers and stuff. Meanwhile, actual, genuinely, like, decent people. Not myself, I'm a garbage person. Like, I'm very self-serving, I'm very egotistical. I'm a terrible person. But there's so many other great VTubers out there that are genuinely making amazing, phenomenal, great content. And they'll just never see the same numbers. I don't know why.
The revolutionary Luxium wave. Yes, the same wave that revolutionized male VTubers in the industry on the global side. He was the first. Does that not say a lot about the wave and the company? Niji Sanji just can't catch a break, huh? Now, Raziel says here, our relationship was still very good at this point. We would spitball names for his character where we only had the image below to go off of, etc., etc. Now, I don't know what her definition of a good relationship is, but even at this point, their relationship was absolutely putrid. Okay?
Agreed. 120% agreed. What is she talking about? She's delusional.
This was terrible. During the naming process, one funny thing that'll come up later is that he mentioned that one of his aspirations was how he did not want to become like other male VTubers.
He literally was the most stereotypical male VTuber. Every single male VTuber I have seen up to this point has either been a lolly. No, sorry, not a lolly. Has either been a trap or has been a thirst trap. In one way or another. Every single time, every freaking male VTuber is just a sexy guy, just cuz.
He wanted to go with a non-boyfriend
They all go with the, I was gonna say, they all go with the boyfriend, like, look.
Experience, and he didn't want to pander or sell out. He wanted to be non-lewd and really play into the mafia-esque character, the one you see here. Look, man, very admirable. I'm going for that too. But if you've watched Luca...
I am non-lewd as well, technically, but I do like lewd things.
You already know, this didn't even last a month. This didn't even last like half a year. So at this point, he got signed to Niji Sanji and had to prepare for his debut stream. This is a VTuber's first ever stream. It's a big moment and many things get commissioned and made to make it as impactful as possible. Luca the train wreck was having a hard time preparing though. One of his artists ghosted him and he couldn't figure out how to make some things work. So hey, guess who stepped up for free? Raziel.
So she literally handled his entire career. Why? Explain to me why.
His PowerPoint, schedule, outro.
You said sounds like Oz? What do you mean?
It's like she's his babysitter. It's also crazy to me how Niji Sanji's not there to do these things. You're starting a new wave on the global market, which is, by all means, way more important than the Japanese market long term, and he was left to do these things by himself. As far as I know, other corporations actually make an effort to assist you in this process, at least when you're starting out. After Luca started at Niji Sanji, after the debut, he would cut off contact with pretty much everyone. He would still speak to Raziel, but he would still be abusive, comparing her to his abusive mother, which is one of the worst things you can...
Bro, the dude, he's calling you, he's comparing you to his mom. Get out! Get out while the getting's good!
...can do when all you do is complain about your mother and then compare your friend to her. But even with all this, she still stayed and did not cut contact with him. Then something substantial happens, and it's easily one of the most ridiculous things in this entire document. She calls it the Ring Fit Adventure Incident, and it's really gonna test your cringe tolerance.
Oh,
now, if you're not aware, the Ring Fit is something you can use with your Nintendo Switch. It's great for exercising, and quite a bit of VTubers have already streamed themselves working out with it. Now, Raziel and another mod from the Java days were the only moderators in his entire chat. And we're talking about a YouTube channel that gets thousands of concurrent viewers at once. Now, she personally...
I have technically 4 mods. And I am such a small-time YouTuber. Technically, it's I have Degenerate Weeb, I have Chaos Zero, Burn Burrito, the Auto mod, which is Bon and Nana, my bot mod. They will instantly ban you for certain words. I'm just saying it. They also the Bon and Nana bots also help me with like charity stuff and all that good stuff. Anyway, and then lastly, I think Mr. Gamer I made a mod too. Which don't get me wrong, I'm watching you. I'm watching you, Mr. Gamer. I don't want to see you abuse your power. I think Raziel wanted to give the man a lot of benefit of the doubt. This is a lot of benefit. This is a lot of doubt to give him benefit of, for sure. Since he had a lot of cons and disadvantages in his life. I mean, maybe. The only disadvantage he's talked about is like having quote unquote abusive parents because they would limit his internet access. That's his words, not mine. I mean, other than that, they're not really a lot of disadvantages.
They couldn't make it to the stream. She watched it back and saw that many of the comments were
like, first of all, he had parents. Second of all, they got him internet. I have friends to this day that are in college who have to I have to pay for my own internet. You kidding me? You get what I'm saying? Like, there's not I don't know. Like, I had to I had to and still have to pay for my own internet. It's like, even when I was like first starting off in 2015, which I think I was about maybe 19 years old? No. Maybe 20 years old? 21? Around there. I don't know. I'm not gonna math that right now. Point is, like, even during those times, I wanted to make sure my streams are good, so I had to pay for my own internet and stuff like that. So I literally worked just to pay him internet. So this guy's at 18. I mean,
in nature. She asked Luca if this was
like, my internet was so bad at the time that I genuinely just recorded on my PlayStation 4 and then took the footage there and uploaded that to YouTube separately. And there have been times, there have been like once or twice really, honestly, that I would literally have to like make the video, go to school, and then go to the library afterwards to upload my videos to YouTube. That's literally how I did YouTube for a while. But
fine with him, and he did say that it made him uncomfortable. So the next stream where he was doing the ring fit, she would try to steer the conversation in other directions if the chat was getting horny. It got so crazy that at some point she had to call out someone publicly in chat saying that Luca was moaning on purpose. She said, no, actually, this is just him breathing heavily from tough exercise. Man, what a tough situation. You know what? You tell me, does he sound like he's moaning or just heavily breathing? It just keeps going.
It's just thirst trap, Fiona. Yeah, just thirst traps all over the freaking place.
Bro, look at
I should have stuck with the thirst trap. I should have stuck with the thirst trap thing. I really should have. I don't know why I went with the stupid cartoon monkey. It was a bad idea. I should have just been sexy. I should have just been the anime boyfriend. But no.
I have it right here.
No, I decided to go with the SpongeBob the Tom Kenny thing.
Where he
I'm a
moans extremely sexually, bro. What is this? Look at the chat. What is
That's it working. That's what that is. That's proof that I'm doing this wrong.
Is this? Heavily breathing my ass? What do you mean? Who the hell breathes like this? Then someone donates and says, why are your moderators banning people? Luca immediately sides with the donator and says, don't worry, I'll talk to them. She then panics. Raziel panics and just messages him immediately saying, we didn't ban anyone. We only timed out, please. Which is a sign of a great relationship, by the way. If your friend talks to you this way, just know you have a very healthy relationship, guys. So they talked about it and then—
Bro was bullying his own moderators. What the frick?
He made this tweet saying—
But I do think you're right, Normal. It seems like she was giving him a lot of benefit of the doubt. A lot, like a little too much.
I trust my moderators to do their—
for literally every single moment.
jobs. Do not lie to me and say they were banning people because of an emote when all they were doing was timing out very weird comments. Stop it, it was all a misunderstanding. Still though, even with this tweet siding with his moderators, Raziel was doxxed. Her image is put everywhere on social media and got death threats and harassment. So what did she do? She asked to speak to his manager Niji Sanji to better formulate a plan on how to best handle this. Both Luca and his manager ignored her. And Luca told her, listen, you know what? Just be a silent mod. Just don't talk in the chat.
Wow. Wow, he literally just said, yeah, I know you got docs. Sounds like a personal problem to me, champ. Keep modding for me. Wow.
She says this put a giant strain on our friendship. But guess what? She stayed again. She's not leaving. She's not getting cut.
Alright, forget benefit of the, never mind. No benefit of the doubt. This is just her being an idiot. I'm sorry, I can't defend you anymore. Not for this.
Contact with him. I don't know why.
And you cheated on your boyfriend for this?
Would have cut contact and ended this quote-unquote friendship as soon as he beat his meat. But no, she's still here for whatever reason. So remember how I said that it was admirable that Luca didn't want to go with the boyfriend experience route? Well, as you saw from the Ring Fit stream, that did not last long. One of the main reasons why he converted to BFE was because he kept comparing his view count to the other Luxium members, which according to Raziel, the number fixation is what drove him away from what he originally wanted to portray. He would be upset if I took notice of his new on-stream personality and overall content change. Luca would start to pander more. He would Fujo bait, which is pretty much gay baiting, with the other boys, and started to shift towards a more
Bro, I gotta start Fujo baiting. What it do, gentlemen?
boyfriend experience type content. He would get frustrated and sad that I didn't watch his streams anymore.
I got you. I'm about to Fujo bait real hard right now. Ready? How's it going, gentlemen? I hope you're having a wonderful and sexy time. Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh like that right into the microphone. I couldn't help it. I had to. I couldn't.
More, which was for numerous reasons. One was the content shift. The other was his time slot, which was quite late.
I'm not even freaking joking. I'm gonna make an entire freaking OzDaMonke ASMR. It's gonna happen. I don't know what the frick I'm gonna talk about, but it's gonna be cool.
For me. I would occasionally watch the streams, but I couldn't even talk about them because it was like walking on eggshells. I couldn't joke about the things he did or say as he would get upset at me, yet somehow all we would
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. We pull an Eric Cartman with Heidi, like straight up, like, don't leave me. But at a certain point, it's called being a responsible grown-up adult. And a responsible grown-up adult, knowing that you are already in a relationship with your boyfriend, would use a feature. It's really nice. It's really cool. It's called blocking. It's called banning. It's called muting. Twitter has like all three of them. YouTube has all three of them. Not muting though. That's wrong. They have two of them. You can block and you can ban. And so does Twitch. So it's like that don't really that doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah, but Bod and Nana cuddle on you while you sleep. OzDaMonke, headphones recommended. But it's just gonna be me. No, it's not Bod and Nana. You don't get Bod. That's not Fujo baiting. That would be just regular ASMR. It would be my voice, and I would be cuddling you in bed. I'd be like, how's it going? I bet you it was a hard day at Helldivers today, wasn't it? Good job, bro. Let me see what it do. Like, let me take a look at that giant, massive, fat musculature you have in your arm, bro. Have you been lifting? That's so nice. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, not even soft at all. It's like firm. Good muscles, bro. Hit the gym up more often. I mean, you don't even have to, right? But like, next time you go to the gym, invite,
Talked about was Nijisanji and his streams. And one of the funniest things about this, right? Remember, he didn't want to be boyfriend experience. He didn't want to be overly horny. He didn't want to pander for these things. He would always say things like this, like, look, Jesus, there are so many shirtless fan arts. I cannot retweet them because it'll just be weird. It's like,
son, anybody freaking makes shirtless fan art of me, personally, I'll freaking retweet it. Let's go.
Why are you talking about it then? What's going on? Thinking about my voice tweet 1 hour ago being sexual makes me uncomfortable, and I don't want that up. It's like, really? What is it? What's the voice tweet? It can't be that bad. Come on.
$350K. Huh?
Huh?
That's my little lookups.
I am cringe champing. Trust me, buddy. Same here.
Is that, ladies? Is this what you're into, ladies? Is this what you want me to do?
Thank you for 173,000 subscribers. Who talks like this? Listen, you guys can laugh and cringe all you want. Look at this. 34,000 likes. 1,400 bookmarks. 7,400 retweets, 1,000 comments. This was before we could see impressions on posts. I guarantee you this has at least 500,000.
I gotta admit, if there's one thing in this world I love now, it's the freaking community notes on Twitter. They're the funniest thing in the universe, aren't they?
A's, man. As cringy as this is, he'd be mostly jealous of Vox, who was getting more attention than him. He would constantly be on sites like 4chan, and he would ego search.
Vox is definitely one of the major thirst traps, I would say. But dude, like I don't know much about him as far as like outside of it. But they got the bit that I have seen. Dude's decently entertaining.
Search himself on Twitter, which means looking at positive comments that are glazing him 24/7 and then telling Raziel about it. She says here, he would show me fan art and clips people were making of him non-stop and what they were saying about him. People thought Riroran was needy streamer overload. No. It is him. He would even would show me fan art and clips people were making of him non-stop and what they were saying about him. People thought Riroran.
Can someone double check for me? Is this not? I'm not accusing because I don't remember. Isn't this purple chick the one that like started sleeping with her manager? I don't know. Someone double check that for me. I remember there was a VTuber that started sleeping with her manager.
Was needy
like
streamer overload.
No.
It is him. He would even directly message his fans on Twitter and lie to Raziel about it, which is an extreme form of parasocial. Bye, I'm winning. This is a fan who got a DM from him saying, night, you too. She probably experienced puberty for the second time after this message.
Bro had fans saying goodnight to him in his DMs. Bro, I'm telling you, the douchiest people got the most riz. I don't understand where my, like...
So Raziel was what was holding Luca's entire career together at this point. And she was continuing to do work for him, and he started to pay her. Now here's the thing. He wanted to pay her a monthly salary. She wanted a simple contract. He denied the contract and wouldn't even allow her to send invoices to him.
This is like 50 Shades of Grey, where the guy, like, starts stalking Bella. So much so that, like, not Bella, but what's-her-face? Like, the guy stalked what's-her-face so bad that he purchased a company that she worked at, so that now she's financially, like, dependent on him. And, like, that's how, like, y'all gotta watch 50 Shades of Grey as a horror movie. Because, like, she literally, in order to try to avoid him, Christian or whatever, she goes, like, out of state to visit her mom, and Christian stalks her all the way out of state. And, like, because you can't, like, if you're stalking someone and you're trying to get them to, like, manipulate them, you can't allow them to, like, you know, hang out with family members and stuff. Because then it's not as easy to manipulate. So you got to make sure that they're financially dependent on you. You got to make sure that they're emotionally dependent on you. And then you got to make sure that they have no other support, like no support team, no support crew.
No, instead, he would just send her random payments. You have to remind him, by the way, saying commission service, commission. Even at one point saying happy birthday when it wasn't her birthday. That's tax fraud, dude. What are you doing? What is going on? At some point, she tried to do rules. After months of not having chat rules, she made them with the other mod. Luca denied it, rewrote them. This is what he came up with. Look at this. Do not be weird, champion. That is super unpog.
Bro, super unpog. Let's go. What is weird, champion, actually?
Be respectful to one another. We only pog and not weird. Bro, unless you were chronically online on Twitch back then, you would have no idea what this means.
I've never been chronically on Twitch. I did not use Twitch until I started streaming on it, really.
It's just insane to me.
I watched very few people on Twitch.
Things somehow just kept getting worse and more ridiculous, but Raziel's role in the stream and Luca's ecosystem kept getting bigger and bigger. She would write character lore for him. She would make outfits for him. She would write the script for his voice packs. And at some point, she even wrote his signature for him. Look at this. This is her handwriting. This is her handwriting as well, the handwritten note. And this was sent to everyone who bought his voice pack. This is insane. This doesn't just hurt him, it hurts.
It sounds like she was Luca for the most part.
Any other VTubers under Nijisanji, because now people are asking, am I even getting real signatures? When he reached 1 million subscribers, management sent him this message, which was leaked, of course. things to do for 1 million subs. Hi Luca, since you are very close to 1 million subs now, please proceed the following ASAP. Something to do with merch, submit handwritten short message similar to the attached image. This was from another Japanese Nijisanji VTuber called Kanai. And they're using this as an example. So he wrote to Raziel message similar to the attached image. This was from another Japanese Nijisanji VTuber called Kanai.
I know I gotta stop comparing myself to like #1 top VTubers, but it's just like, look at the design different. Like I am definitely doing the wrong thing. I feel like. Do I need to get sexier again, Jack?
And they're
You
using
gotta
this
tell
as an
me.
example.
Don't
So
lie
he
to
wrote
me.
to Raziel the message that he wanted, and guess what? She wrote it for him. There is nothing genuine about him, dude. She even drew the drawing here. She wrote his name. He didn't do a single thing except come up with the message, which was very simple, by the way. She even gave him ideas of what to do to celebrate, going through old clips, showcasing fan art, drawing something to be updated. I think at this point we all understand how much of a train wreck Luca and his career has been if it wasn't for Raziel and their very weird relationship. Nijisanji don't even have to try to look bad. They signed someone who's an absolute psychopath.
VTuber agencies going to the psych ward to pick out talent. As freaking A.
One of their first signings for the Luxium wave. But this document takes it a step further because it shows us things that Luca leaked to Raziel internally from Nijisanji that he wasn't supposed to show a single living soul. She says, to my understanding, staff have 3 channels of communication with the Nijisanji livers. This would be Slack, Microsoft Teams, and Discord. I think just the idea that they use Microsoft Teams to communicate with their VTubers is enough to never ever want to sign up with Nijisanji. Forget everything else.
Well, my old job wanted to start moving towards Microsoft Teams. It was garbage.
That they use Microsoft Teams.
Maybe the program wasn't garbage, but the way they were using it was garbage.
While it was rare, I would get screenshots of
Like, it's only as organized as you make it, and they did not organize it.
any internal messages. There were a couple times I did. One would be about staff showing EN what 3D recording looked like for concerts with a video call. One would be upper management thanking Luca for his hard work through Slack, and the other, already shown above, was asking for a message from Luca for his 1 million subscriber milestone through Discord. So this is the image
That's cool. That's how they actually record the concerts for the livers?
showing them how the concert would look like in Microsoft Teams in a live stream. And this right here was a message from an employee working for Nijisanji EN saying, to be honest, I bet everything on EN. If EN had not succeeded, I would have been fired, so I'm extremely grateful for your daily cooperation. This showcases the extremely positive work environment at Nijisanji, guys. It feels like I'm watching an anime with someone who's in the corporate work culture under like an ugly bastard of a boss, right? By the way, he leaks something that explains why
It does kind
Nijisanji
of really give you those vibes, though, don't it?
was so terrible at handling the Selen Tatsuki situation and everything else afterwards. She says, there are multiple times and instances where something would happen and I would ask Luca if they ever received basic public relations training. He would inform me they did not. Surprise, surprise. Any colors management felt non-existent from what Luca had told me. Luca had also told me early on in his time in Nijisanji that management told him that he was supposed to be the leader of Luxium. That clearly was not the case. Look at who—
What? Yeah, Vox is like dead set in the middle of all of them, bro. You're in the background. What are you talking about? I'm pretty sure if it wasn't freaking, I'm sorry, I'm just saying this. Like if it wasn't Vox Akuma, it was freaking this dude, because these are the 2 guys I saw every Mista who graduated. Like these 2 were every freaking where.
who's in the middle in this picture. Yeah, it was Vox, not him. There was also an
Yeah, it's
event
always
that was
been
meant to
Vox.
happen with all Luxium Wave VTubers, but for whatever reason, last second, both Ike Eveland and Luca were excluded without being given any reason, again showcasing that this company culture is incredible. Now, she did include a full conversation. There's one thing that interests me in this whole thing, and that's the way she was addressing him at this point. Look at this. I'm just a little petty, he says. And then she says, oh yeah, what happened? Love.
Love. There you go. There you have it, dude. There's not forget all benefit of doubt that she was simping hard over this dude. She fell for the thirst trap too.
And if we go to the album itself to look at more
She got used
screenshots,
hard.
at some point to calm them down, she says, that's working for a business, baby. So look, she doesn't specify this in her document, but she gave us no updates on what happened to her long-term relationship. I think at this point we can easily assume that she wasn't with a boyfriend anymore. I would hope so, talking like this to another guy. But she specified in the beginning that she never had a romantic relationship with Luca. Look, man, as far as I'm concerned, I don't call my friends love
Yeah.
and baby. Okay?
I'm sorry.
So it goes further to
don't
show that
match
they had a
up.
very weird relationship that didn't make sense at all to me. Now, due to this event being canceled for him and Ike, he got really pissed off and ended up causing one of the members of staff at Nijisanji to allegedly start crying. According to his messages, he was saying that he was talking to a vice president.
Bro, what? Bro, we had a manager years and years ago that made somebody from corporate cry. He didn't last very long after that, I'll be honest.
And a producer. God knows who cried in this conversation, but this also, again, shows, guys, listen, Nijisanji's hiring right now. For $2 an hour, you too can work in an extremely positive way.
$7.33 an hour USD. Yeah, they opened up their applications. Someone was telling me the other day that I should go for it.
Workplace. He also leaked
Let's
the fact
go,
that he
boys.
had
I'm gonna
dinner
change it from the
with
inside
the
out.
CEO of Nijisanji.
I
Yes,
look like a
Riku
thirst trap,
Tazumi,
don't
the
I?
one
I
who
got
gives a
this.
sloppy toppy like no one else,
I mean, if
baby.
they hired
Going
him,
to
they
a
could
very
definitely, like,
fancy Japanese
I
house,
would.
being escorted
I'll
by...
tell you what, I can guarantee you two things, Nijisanji. I for sure don't like kids, and I for sure don't treat people like hot garbage behind the scenes. The monkey you get here is literally the monkey you get on the outside, except probably with a lot more depression and other like sad boy vibes.
people in kimonos. Then he says, then it was just like the upper management, these millionaires and billionaires. Raziel says, you're a millionaire. And then Lucas says, oh yeah, that's right. Motherfucker had to be reminded. Oh right, yeah, I am a millionaire. That's true. Hey man, gay baiting pays money, baby. That's
I'm on it, gentlemen. Don't worry.
why they do it, even though they know
I'm
it's
there.
cringe. But that's not the end of the internal Nijisanji leaks.
I'll
No,
stretch my little monkey hole for you.
in fact, this one is probably the most incriminating. According to Luca, he said that multiple girls were coming to him in Nijisanji saying that
You bet I would get into the drama the same month again. What do you mean?
Astor Arcadia
Yeah,
was
but it would be
harassing
base drama. I would be up there like, how's it going? Welcome to my debut. I'm a big fan of Natsuki.
and bullying others internally. Now, this is Astor right here. Of course, these are allegations. According to Raziel, this was also confirmed by
Celeb number
another
one, Donkey Bird is
VTuber
the
who's
best.
gonna stay anonymous. But look, in general, when people keep saying, oh, this guy's bullying, this guy's bullying, this guy, multiple fingers being pointed at multiple different people, it already indicates a not so positive work
Calling
culture.
it right now. I don't know if I would ever do a live anything. Because I know for a fact, I know that somebody out there is gonna bring a banana and throw it to me on stage. So it's like that's never gonna happen. I'm sorry. Y'all can what no.
Of course, Astor couldn't care less about these accusations as they're currently
I know
playing
the
League of
internet too
Legends
well.
and saying things like, I eat you.
But yes, on the topic of League of Legends and stuff, I've been debating buying Smite 2, and y'all let me know. I might start playing that. I freaking love Smite.
But things
1.
are not looking
But
good for
I
Nijisanji
fell
at all.
off.
This was the DM she received from another Nijisanji liver
Yes, for
saying,
anyone who doesn't know, Smite 2 is on pre-order right now, and a similar thing to what they used to do back in the past with Smite 1. If you buy the pre-order version, which is not even that expensive, like compared to freaking $70 Star Wars games, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah. You can get all Smite characters for life. That's what they're saying. That's what they're announcing. I'm probably gonna end up getting it, but I'm gonna be on the lookout because freaking Tarkov also promised a bunch of for life stuff, and they freaking didn't
and
keep
to help
up.
you with clarity, I remember that incident, it was Astor. And of course, management didn't do anything about it. The same Nijisanji liver also told her that Luca has done a lot of bad things, not just to you, so thank you for sharing your experience. A lot of people waited for you to tell the truth for a while because it had been an issue, so I'm happy you finally did. So apparently, he also was harassing people inside of Nijisanji. So this was so big that just like Sellen's situation, it reached the Japanese side of the internet. Look, man, courtesy to Fall Side on this one. I had no idea this was even a website. I mean, this looks like something out of 1998. But apparently, it's a well-known Japanese blog talking about this whole incident.
I'm sorry, what is that banner?
Look, man,
Hold on. First of all, this is K-On! This is an anime that I've actually been wanting to watch for a while because it looks cool. I've seen a lot of shorts and stuff get pulled up.
and courtesy to Fall
I
Side
need
on
to
this
know
one.
a
I had
little
no
bit more
idea this
before I
was even
start
a
watching
website.
this
I mean, this
anime.
looks like
What is
something out
the
of
next
1998. But apparently,
What is the next banner?
it's a well-known Japanese blog talking about this whole incident.
What is K-On! About? I thought it was like Bochi the Rock, where they're like bandmates or whatever.
And as you can see, there are a whole lot of comments, hundreds.
Shout out to everyone. Go watch Kaiju number 8. I used to read the manga. I'm so freaking happy the anime is out. I've been waiting for so long. So freaking good! We're watching that one. We're for sure watching that one. I'm sorry that I've been taking too long. We're getting on it. We're getting on it. We're getting on it.
reaching close to 1,700 at the time of me recording this. At some point, listen, I don't need to give you a recap, okay? Just the fact that he had touched himself in a call with her while she had established boundaries was enough of a reason to leave, right?
Correct.
After
Correct,
all this,
correct,
this was
correct.
years of having to endure this relationship, friendship, whatever it was, she decided to end their friendship. She says, Luca would become too much for my mental health, and I told him I needed to take a break away from our friendship. I blocked him on Discord after I said I needed some breathing room.
I need to take a break from our friendship. That sounds like you're breaking up with your boyfriend. What are you talking about? Hey, burrito, chaos. I'm sorry, dude. You guys have been stressing me out. I need a break. I need a vacation. I need a hall pass from our friendship. Okay, I gotta go be friendships with someone else right now. All right. P.S. Now that I know that this works, I'll be real with y'all. Okay, and it's kind of like on the same level of like the reason why I don't curse. IRL, me and Burrito say some very, very 18 plus things to each other. I mean, very 18 plus things to each other. Burrito and I, like, and you can ask him next time he joins us. I think Monday we're doing Dead Island 2. Like, it is not uncommon for me in front of his girlfriend to be like, oh, dude, please open this door. I need to get in there and just stretch that chocolate starfish. Like, it's just, this is like a common everyday, as soon as I see him thing. His girlfriend hates me because I'm gonna steal your man. But you know, that's between me and Burrito. Anyway, but the point is, you know, this just proves to me that I gotta do more of that. I gotta bring some of my IRL stuff into the stream more often.
I let him know if there was an emergency, it was okay to call/text me. You'd think it's the start of something
I never
new.
said I was family friendly, but I tried to set my own quote unquote boundaries, you know, because I have a lot of younger siblings and they watch this stuff. I don't want them to go picking that stuff up from me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I know they're watching. I know they do. Because they go over there, they support, and I love them, and thank you so much. How's it going, little dudes? But, you know, they do support me, and I love them for it. But it's like, I also know that they're going to be watching, so you know, how much can I say? What the freak?
A new chapter for her. Nope. After a week or so, I found out that allegedly people were making him uncomfortable, and he started to fall asleep on other Nijisanji live streams. Something he had never done before.
Members.
I texted him if he was okay. Dude, he had one job. Just cut him off.
Yeah,
she called to fall asleep on other Nijis to call/text. You'd think it's the start of something new, of a new chapter for her. Nope. After a week or so, I found out that allegedly people were making him uncomfortable, and he started to fall asleep on other Nijisanji live streams. Something he had never done before.
Yeah, because you handled all the work, and he did none of it. That's why.
I texted him if he was okay. Dude, he had one job. Just cut him off.
Just stay away.
She calls him by his real name, says, are you okay? He's like, yeah, I'm fine.
She got away from the situation. You finally escaped. This is it. This is like when the girl, leaves the abusive boyfriend. But why'd you come back?
Hey, I've heard of what's going on. You're sleeping on people's streams. Is everything okay? And he says, yeah, don't worry. My sleep is really bad, but I just need to fix myself. Otherwise, nothing's going to change. Cool. Does she go back to taking a break from him? Nope. He would go on trips, message her, Snapchat her, update her. She asks him, hey, I'm having a celebration on stream. Want to show up? He says, yes, then doesn't show up. Amazing. Then their friendship grew more toxic. You should have left when you had the chance.
I genuinely want to know, how toxic was her old boyfriend that she left him for this guy?
Raziel. She'd be hurt, upset, frustrated, angry, you know, the typical stuff that had been happening for the last 4 years of their friendship.
Well.
She had to fly out to her dad so he could keep an eye on her, essentially, from what she says, because she was thinking of graduating her soul out of her body. She was thinking of transitioning from being alive to not alive. Yes, that's right. We're avoiding the YouTube demonetization algorithm. Yeah. But you know what I mean. She was coherent enough to realize that she was forming a plan in her head to... So she stayed with her dad a bit, went to a psychologist, hoping to recover. She went back home afterwards, and guess what she did? First thing she did? Continue her friendship with Luca. Dude, this is insane. This is absolutely...
Wow. It's sad. It's really sad to see. It's really sad to hear.
Preposterous. The toxicity would continue, and he would tell her, listen, he couldn't do it anymore. He never wanted to talk to her again. The expectations were killing him, for whatever that meant. But still, even...
Another classic move that older brother Monkey would do all the time, too, is basically, when you're at your worst, that's when they would, like, separate themselves even more. Because that way now you're even sadder. You're at your lowest point, and they leave you. You feel abandoned. You feel lost. You feel lonely. And then when they come back in real quick, they freaking locked it down. It's a manipulation tactic. I'm not gonna talk smack, but Big Bro Monkey did a lot of this stuff, and you know, I've seen it firsthand.
Even when he was pushing her away, guess what she did, guys? Did she actually leave? Nope, she stayed. We would exchange diary-esque updates to each other after this for a couple months, but I noticed it was making me increasingly anxious. I wonder why? She was going through multiple cancer-removing surgeries and didn't have anyone to talk to about this as he had isolated her. Now that sucks, and cancer sucks in general, but guys, would it be too much to say that Luca was part of the reason she got cancer?
What?
Exposure to someone like this might have contributed to the cancer? I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but just a theory. Now get this, after not updating me on a major life event, that was the straw that broke the camel's back. I told him this. So what does he do? What does Luca do to counter this? Well, he showed me pictures of his family's golden retriever puppy, which turned out to not be his dog.
He really took a picture of a puppy to try to like continue the manipulation. I got us a puppy.
Why? And then he apologized. He told her he still wanted to be friends, but that he couldn't do it right now. They would finally stop talking after that, and he would only reach out again asking for tax information because apparently paying someone to do something for you and saying happy birthday as the reason is tax fraud. Look, it's clear both Raziel and Luca have big issues.
Yes.
And yeah, as much as I feel sorry for Raziel, at a certain point when he
It's just sad because it's like even if you have mental issues, like again, and this is assuming a lie because I don't know nothing about the previous boyfriend that Raz had, but it's like it's just sad that they always get themselves into really bad relationships. When I'm sure there's plenty of dudes out there that want to actually genuinely be nice to you and good to you and kind and caring and supportive and all this stuff. That sucks, dude. That
you
really
get so many
sucks.
chances to escape a relationship. You
Not
staying
me,
against
obviously. I'm
all
selfish.
odds,
Don't
even
worry,
when you
like,
want to
don't come
take
at me
your
with
own.
that. Freaking A. Alright? I'm selfish. I'm super selfish and self-serving. One of the main reasons I don't want a girlfriend right now is because I got these 2 new doggos, and I really like when the doggos sleep like in the bed with me because they're super warm and comfy and fluffy. My doggos, I love them. And it's like, I had a girlfriend in the past that was like, no, the dogs can't get on the bed. They have to stay off the bed. And kind of, and I'm like, all right, well, that's kind of douchey. I like my doggos. I like my doggos a lot. So it's just like, man, I'll deal with that later. Yeah, women, you can get a wham at any time. But doggos they're temporary, you know. I gotta appreciate my doggos while I got them. The copium is hard in here. I'm sorry, let's move on.
Life does make this voluntary, does make it consensual. The guy beat his meat without your consent, but you stayed. No one forced you to. There's no good guy or bad guy here. Both of these individuals have severe issues, and they should do everything in their power to stay the hell away from each other. Now, when it comes to Niji-sanji, they have not taken the time to address this at all. Instead, in extremely ironic Niji-sanji timing, they chose to peddle Luca's merch at the time of this document's release. You can't make this shit up. Look, Luca
Did they go back? Did
broke
they
his
like?
Niji-sanji contract multiple times in some of the worst ways.
Did they think that like by bombing everyone with like positive merchandise, like positive PR, was gonna like out like balance it or something?
Possible.
Outweigh it?
Yes, he has not responded on his side yet about the allegations against him. Sure, but one thing is for sure. We have internal Niji-sanji leaks sent to Raziel on his behalf. That alone is an immediate termination in the VTubing industry. But
Yeah.
hey guys, according to Vox, there is no favoritism in Niji-sanji.
Yeah, which is BS. Yeah, no, that's BS, Vox, and you know it. You got all kinds of preferential treatment, like heavily preferential treatment. Like that was the stupidest take I've ever heard from Vox.
So I'm sure he'll get terminated, right? The impact of this whole thing is also definitely going to be negligible. They need huge internal changes. Because as it stands right now, the internal harassment and bullying, the disorganization, the terrible management, the psychos they're recruiting to be VTubers, where are you finding these people? The mass graduations, this is not helping. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Love you. Mwah.
Okay. Okay, alright, don't bait me too. You see that kiss? You see that kiss? I don't know, Muujin. Oh, he made a video on the Splatoon, the green screen? The Splatoon green screen? Oh, wow.
So if you don't know what a VTuber is,
Frickin' A, dude. Hold on, before we move on to the next video, hold on.
It seems that
Great, as always, great video from Muujin. Like, comment, subscribe, go drop him the monkey see no evil, that one. Go drop our call sign. I'm gonna share this on the Discord, my dude. Go show him some love. Drop him a like, and of course, genuinely, if you want to add to the conversation, drop a little something. I want to start making sure, I want to start, like, doing stuff on my own. I want, like, and this is why, one of the reasons why I like putting it on Discord is if I can't think of anything in the moment, I can always go back later and bring something up, but, they really have great luck with their hiring process. Alright, let's freaking go. Boop. Boop. Alright, what's this? I did not intend to post this on Luca Kenashiro's birthday. Anyways, happy birthday to my favorite god tier track. He really posted this on his birthday. Wow. Accident or not, that's hilarious. Thank you so much, Primates, for watching this all the way to the end. Also, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as hit the little bell for a rainbow explosion that will go ahead and notify you every single time we go live or put out new content. Thank you so much, goodbye, and thanks for swinging by.